bragging rights for who will be at the top of the table halfway through the season. Welcome to the match analysis of match number 35 of IPL 2025, Gujarat Titans versus Delhi Capitals. This is how I think Gujarat Titans are going to line up. I don't really think they're going to make any changes. Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Joss Butler, Washington Sundar, Shafin Rutherford, Shahrukh Khan, Rahul Tewatia, Arshad Khan, Rashid Khan, Sai Kishore, Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna will be how they line up. DC, they will also not make any changes. They will continue with Jake Fraser McGurk, Abhishek Porel, Karun Nair, KL Rahul, Akshar Patel, Tristan Stubbs, Ashutosh Sharma, Vipraj Nigam, Mitchell Stark, Kuldeep Yadav, Mohit Sharma and Mukesh Kumar. Although unlikely, Delhi Capitals might want to drop Jake Fraser McGurk on poor form and bring in someone like Donovan Ferreira, who's a big hitter, to strengthen their hitting towards the end. So, analyzing the conditions on the ground, we know that Ahmedabad is a high scoring venue, but one thing to note is that given that it's a day game, the required score is going to be about 10 to 15 runs higher. What we saw last year with RCB versus Gujarat Titans, if I remember correctly, Will Jack scored a brilliant century against Gujarat Titans, and RCB chased down a total of 200 within a matter of 16 overs. So the day games, it really helps the batters, especially batting second. In the last 9 games, what we've seen is that the average first inning score is 193, the average second inning score is 202, and the average winning score is 219. So you would expect that batting first, you want to get 210 to 219, or else the chase is going to be pretty easy. The matches won batting first are 4 and the matches won batting second are 5. So it's pretty obvious that if you win the toss, you want to go ahead and you want to bowl first. So there's a very distinct advantage. So the team bowling first will have an advantage. Analyzing the phases, you will see that the first 8 overs, you have to go hard at the ball. It's more of a two-paced approach. So the first 8 overs, maybe the first 4 overs you go slow, and then the next overs you take hard, or the first 4 overs you go hard, and then the next 4 overs you go a little bit slow. But you have to manage the run rate at about 9 and over. So you want to be 72 for 1. Typically this phase will have quite a bit of help for pace bowlers. The ball will swing around a little bit and there'll be a considerable amount of bounce. That's why I think players like Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Karun Nair and KL Rahul will have a lot of help here. Jake Fraser McGurk might also do well because the pitch is very similar to that of Australian pitches in terms of the true height that the ball gets. So the pitch itself is a black soil pitch, which means that once it absorbs moisture, it starts to get hard and the bounce becomes a lot more true. So in the second phase, which is overs 9 to 14, that is the phase where the spinners can really come in. So in the 9 to 14 phase, you want to start hitting the spinners hard because there won't be a lot of help to the spinners, especially in the first innings. As it goes on through the day, maybe the second innings they have a little bit of support, but still what we saw in RCB versus GT last year was that the spinners didn't really have a lot of help even in this middle phase, and Rashid Khan was taken to the cleaners by Will Jacks. But this is still a phase where there is a lot of spin. There's a lot of help for spin, and typically spin gets a lot of wickets. So what we've seen is that 18 wickets are picked up by spin and 10 wickets are picked up by pace. So captains like to play their spinners through this phase. So for Gujarat Titans, they'll have Sai Kishore and Rashid Khan, and for Delhi Capitals, they'll have Kuldeep Yadav and Vipraj Nigam. Typically what I've seen is that Akshar Patel doesn't really like to bowl himself in this phase. That's what I've observed this season. And he's really taken a step back as both a batsman and a bowler to really give way for a talent like Vipraj Nigam to come in and bowl in the middle overs. And Vipraj Nigam has done his job really well. And so has Kuldeep Yadav, which means that the only notable exception in terms of form is probably Rashid Khan. He's a T20 international. He's a T20 legend. He's made huge contributions to Gujarat Titans, but he's just not found his form in the last couple of years. The last phase is the slogging phase. This is the phase where Typically, you want to get you want to hit at about 11 runs an over. This is where you'll see a lot of teams make up a lot of runs that they wouldn't have in the middle overs. A lot of what we see, a lot of runs that we see typically come in the second innings or during night matches where the dew factor increases a little bit. But given that it's a day game and the dew factor is not there, hitting runs in this phase may be a little bit difficult. So you need players who either can hit really big because it's a small ground, or you need a good batting through the middle order who will keep the tempo up at about 9.5 runs to 10 runs an over. So the lowest score in the last 6 overs is 48, but the highest is 104. So you have a good range, so you get a good idea of what really happens. So you want to keep a lot of wickets in hand. You need to have at least 2 batsmen on the crease, and apart from that, 3 wickets in hand. So 3 batsmen in the bank and 2 batsmen on the crease. You need 5 batters for this phase, because you need to be going at about 11.5 to 12 runs an over if you want to get 67 to 70 in this phase. It's not really difficult to do that. So for this job, Gujarat Titans have Shafin Rutherford, Shah Rukh Khan and Rahul Tewatia, plus Arshad Khan and Rashid Khan as pinch hitters. Arshad Khan is capable of playing the pinch hitter role. Rahul Tewatia is in a little bit of form. Shah Rukh Khan is finding his form, but I really back him to do well this game because of his height and the height that he can gain on someone like Mohit Sharma, who likes to bowl the slower bouncers, and also it allows him to get under some of Mitchell Starc's Yorkers. So for Delhi Capitals, they have Tristan Stubbs, Ashutosh Sharma and Vipraj Nigam for this role. This is why, given that they only have 2 batsmen, and then apart from that probably Akshar Patel and Vipraj Nigam who will come in as the pinch hitters, given that these are the only really 2 batsmen who can go hard in this phase, I thought they might want to bring in Donovan Ferreira in place of Jake Fraser-McGurk, because McGurk hasn't really been giving them that start like he did last year, and it'll be good for him to refresh and come back into the team after a couple of games, because DC have had a pretty hectic schedule, and back-to-back games where he's not been performing well, it could really impact his psyche. So that was the analysis. All said and done, I'm going to give a slight edge to Delhi Capitals of 51-49, but this game could go either way. I think this game is going to be a very high-scoring game. My fantasy picks will be Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Joss Butler, Sai Kishore, Mohammad Siraj as my 5 picks from. As my 4 picks from Gujarat, and Karun Nair, KL Rahul, Vipraj Nigam, Kuldeep Yadav and Mitchell Starc as my 5 picks from the Delhi team. I predict that Delhi will win batting second. Typically Delhi has chosen to bat second even when the prevailing conditions say you have to bat first. That's what we saw in the match against Mumbai, where they really should have batted first. Yes, they had the game in their hand, but Delhi do prefer batting second when they win the toss. So if Delhi win the toss, I expect them to choose to bowl first. If Delhi win the toss, then I definitely think Delhi Capitals are going to come out on top today and continue their streak at the top of the table.